He says that he moved out of his place. This is actually legally relevant. Has to know where he lives. The court has to know where he lives. Every single trial, he gets up and he has to say his address, whatever else. And if he doesn't update it, he's in contempt of court. So if he's moved, he needs to say that. Otherwise, it's contempt of court. That's a very big issue legally in Korea. You do need that.
Guys, with Johnny Somali's trial just days away, we're now hearing serious reports that he's facing contempt of court for failing to disclose his location. It's coming from sources that make it clear this is a very real and serious situation.
So if he's moved, he needs to say that. Otherwise, it's contempt of court.
His disappearance has now raised major concerns for the legal authorities. We also have an update on Hank Yoo. His plan to move to China could now face new legal barriers, especially with Johnny Somali's trial fast approaching.
The case might not even be over, especially if Johnny appeals it, especially if he fights it, whatever else.
And that's not all. There's a lot more we've uncovered about Johnny Somali, Hank Yoo, and even several streamers from Ice Poseidon's new event who are once again being accused of harassing the public. We'll be revealing all of it, so let's get started. First, the main thing is, as you know if you watched my last video, Hank Yoo revealed that he actually doesn't want to mention where Johnny Somali is. But who knows if he really knows or not where Johnny Somali is. It looks like Hank Yoo is now making a big move to distance himself from Johnny Somali, even saying that he doesn't want to involve himself in any of Johnny Somali's matters anymore.
I cannot even involve myself in Johnny's trial.
That was already a big issue. But right now, it's even more concerning because the court can now hold Johnny Somali in contempt. How? Well, when Johnny Somali is a charged criminal in South Korea, he must always inform the court where he's living. If he hides his location, then of course the court and legal authorities will not tolerate that. It could be considered a major hideout situation. Johnny Somali was supposed to inform the court, but now, according to a legal perspective, until his trial comes up, he still hasn't confirmed his location to the court. Maybe he'll inform them next, maybe not, who knows. But until then, the legal authorities aren't going to just stay silent.
He says that he moved out of his place. This is actually legally relevant. This is massively legally relevant. You guys know why? Yes. Who said it there? Courts. Yes. He has to inform the court. Yes. Luna Eclipse. Yeah. Got that. M Bond got it right there. You guys got it entirely. The court has to know where he lives. The court has to know where he lives. Every single trial, he gets up and he has to say his address, whatever else. And if he doesn't update it, he's in contempt of court.
For those who don't know what contempt of court means, let me give you a quick breakdown. It's when someone disrespects the court or refuses to follow the court's decision. That's considered contempt of court. And don't take this lightly. It can lead to up to 3 years of jail time. Even if someone disrespects a judge or says something unusual to them, they can still face contempt of court allegations. Now, as you all know, Johnny Somali has disrespected the judge and even the judge's mother several times. But after all that, did the judge or the court actually take any action? We don't really know. What we do know is that legally, Johnny Somali should be informing the court of his current location.
And you need to legally inform the court anytime you move. That's your address of record. So if he's changed his address of record, that's a problem. And he hasn't reported that because we haven't seen that, guys, because we know what happens in the court records, right? I know. He hasn't updated that. As of today, it can change. Maybe next week he does it. Maybe after they live that they do it, but he has to notify the court. Now, that isn't necessarily automatically public when it's filed, but he's going to have to say it in the courtroom and that's going to come out. So if he's moved, he needs to say that. Otherwise, it's contempt of court. That's a very big issue legally in Korea. You do need that.
According to Legal Mindset, it's now confirmed that if Johnny Somali doesn't update the court with his current location in South Korea soon, he could face serious consequences for hiding this information. And honestly, I don't think Johnny Somali can really hide like this. This is South Korea. No matter where he goes, it's not going to be a big challenge for the police or authorities to track him down. With his trial just days away, if he doesn't show up, we all know what comes next. He'll face the biggest backlash of his life. Personally, I don't think Johnny Somali will make that kind of mistake. What do you think? Let me know. But here's another big part. It's now coming out that Hank Yoo is planning to move to China by June 2026 to study mechanical engineering. He's already completed aerospace engineering, so the main point here is Hank's plan looks like a way to distance himself completely from Johnny. Here's a little bit of that straight from Hank's own words.
Okay, so if Johnny Somali goes to prison, what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to then spend the rest of your life trying to get him out, because it's liberty, it's free speech, or are you going to focus on something else?
Well, if Johnny Somali goes to prison, right, it's not going to be like years and years upon years. It's going to be like, all right, that part of my part is done. I'm moving to China to go there around June 2026. Masters of mechanical engineering.
Weren't you studying aerospace engineering, or are you
Yes.
still doing that?
I'm done.
You're done with aerospace engineering.
Yes.
And now you want to study, what was the other engineering?
Mechanical.
Guys, I want to be honest with you here. I'm not even sure if Hank Yoo actually studied aerospace engineering or not. I don't even know what school he went to. But if it's true, then think about it. Do you really believe that a person who's an engineer, even an aerospace engineer, would come to South Korea, constantly disrespect the country, and even refuse to take the mandatory military service? Is that really the perspective of an aerospace engineer? Is what he's saying actually true? I'm totally confused, and I'm not taking his words at face value. But this time, Legal Mindset is also saying that what Hank Yoo is claiming won't be easy to pull off. Why? Because he's trying to move to China while Johnny Somali's trial is still going on. And for Hank Yoo, that's not going to be as simple as he might think. Here, listen to what Legal Mindset had to say.
You can see in this voice, he's like ready to go to China. He's ready to get out. And we're going to talk about the timeline. He may not, he's planning to move to China so quickly, the case might not even be over, especially if Johnny appeals it, especially if he fights it, whatever else, especially if new case comes in and he has to fight a separate trial. Like Johnny may be like still like fighting his court case. He's not going to be sitting there waiting for Johnny, right? He's not going to be sitting there waiting for Johnny. We're going to talk about him going to China and all this other stuff. I mean, one thing I'll say is this. If he's accurately reporting his felony, going to China may be pretty hard.
I completely agree that if Johnny Somali's trial hasn't been finished yet, then Hank Yoo trying to go to China raises a lot of questions. Is this really coming from Hank himself? Maybe. He's said a lot of shady things before, even saying at one point that he didn't want to be involved with Johnny Somali anymore. So I think Hank Yoo is finally realizing that he's done more for Johnny Somali than Johnny has ever done for him. Now, he probably feels it's time to move on. But here's another thing. If China and their schools actually find out about Hank Yoo and what he's done in the past, will they really take him in so easily? Maybe not. That means the situation is now getting worse for both Johnny Somali and Hank Yoo. What do you think about all of this? Let me know. Now here's a little breakdown of another shady streamer, Ice Poseidon. He's started a new stream with a new challenge, but right now the streamers involved are harassing people in public, doing shady things that could seriously ruin public life. Here you can see them creating chaos in public places. They're actually pepper spraying each other on public roads. Just think about it. If a random passerby gets sprayed by them, wouldn't that cause serious trouble for the public? Just watch what's happening and the way they're acting.
You assault me!
Streamers like this are ruining society. Because of them, people can face unnecessary problems all the time. Let me know what you think about this type of chaotic streamer. As you can see, the situation with Johnny Somali and Hank Yoo is now worse than before. What do you think about that as well? Let me know.